What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dueling Fates, your favorite non-Star Wars, non-Harry Potter movie podcast. We'll eventually tackle Star Wars at some point.
And probably Harry Potter.
We haven't talked about that yet. But anyway,
uh,
we have Star Wars on the schedule. That's the thing. Welcome back. We're going to talk about Mr. Spaceman, also known as a ghost movie, also known as not a horror movie, but also known as a space movie, also known as Time.
It's all relative.
It's all relative.
Yes. Time is relative.
Interstellar. We're talking about Interstellar by Christopher Nolan.
I'm sorry, horror movie? What?
Not a horror movie, but it's about a ghost.
Well, it's not about a ghost, you see.
It is about a ghost.
No.
It's her ghost. It's
not a ghost.
But it's her ghost.
But it's
she
not
calls it a ghost.
Right.
She says she's not scared of it, but she calls it a ghost. My dog actually was really scared of the black hole scene, so I'm gonna call it a horror movie because my dog was scared of the black hole scenes. Because he likes watching movies with me, so he'll just stare at the screen. But the moment they went into the black hole, he looked away.
Black holes are scary.
They are very, very scary.
Gargantuan.
They're terrifying.
Dude, what is it with Christopher Nolan?
Dude, this film feels unfilmable. Like, I can't figure out how you start the process of getting some of these scenes together.
Yeah.
I can't.
Like, I know it's gotta be a lot of CGI, but it doesn't feel CGI-y. It has to be.
Nolan doesn't use a lot of CGI.
Yeah, but I don't care. You can't create a black hole.
I mean, you can.
No,
I mean,
you
the
can't.
ton of bombs, the ton of bomb scene in like all the atoms in Oppenheimer wasn't digital. They did that in real life.
A bomb and a black hole are very different.
No, they filmed the atom thing when they showed like the atoms in Oppenheimer. That was like a thing they
still
did.
Very different than a black hole. You can't film a black hole the way they did. You weirdo.
I mean, we didn't get a first picture of black hole until like 10 years after this.
Right.
Not 10 years. 10 years was.
No, I think it was like 10 years after or more.
So
this movie is like 15 years old.
It's 10 years old.
Oh, whatever. Not important.
So according to this website that doesn't have any proof on it, it only has 700 VFX shots.
Yeah, and all of them are anytime the black hole was on screen.
Also the water planet.
Nah, they made those waves.
They made that giant ass wave. That's fucking crazy.
Well, okay. I think they probably did. It was probably just like weird miniature water. No, okay. The way I phrased that is ridiculous sounding. Okay, but like all of the original Star Wars, right? We're not a Star Wars podcast, but I'm bringing up Star Wars. It's important. I'm sorry. The way I phrased that was goofy. But like, okay, the original Star Wars, all of it was made with minis, right? Miniatures and miniature whatever. Yeah. It was probably just like a little pool of water that they did that with 100%.
It's probably like how they did Jaws, yeah.
Right. Though saying miniature water. Hey, I think I found the TikTok for this episode.
That's also that's merch right there.
Yes. Miniature water for sure. Oh,
I'm still getting over being sick. This cough is not gonna. That does not help.
That's so funny.
Miniature water.
What? I almost said Inception. Wrong movie. Interstellar. Oh, what Interstellar scenes are VFX?
They're actually all the scenes on Earth.
They didn't film anything on Earth.
They went to Mars and had to film everything.
Remember, he did actually plant like 100 acres worth of corn for this stupid movie.
That is true.
No, it was more than that.
Real. It's like 1,000, I think.
Yeah, because they used selling all of the corn as a way to get back some of the money for the budget, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Christopher Nolan's a fucking madman. That's why.
Well, yeah.
So how can you go from making a fucking Batman film to making a movie about the fucking black holes and
Well,
relatively.
did he really? We're not getting into this debate, but did he really make a Batman movie?
He made a Batman film in name. We will talk about that whenever we get to the Dark Knight. Anyways,
yeah.
In 2 years' time, he made a film about Batman. Went to a film about dark holes and relativity of time in a 2-year time span, and then did whatever he did after that. Actually, he did Dreams in Inception in 2013. So he did that within a year, and then went to black holes and relativity. Bro's fucking insane.
So basically, anything to do with the actual like in space stuff. So like the visuals of planets and that stuff was all VFX and CGI.
I hope so. I really hope they didn't go out to Saturn.
Why not? Okay. You're telling me if that was an option, you got the offer tomorrow to go to Saturn, you'd say no?
It took 2 years to get there. Fuck that.
I'm so down.
If you're telling me I would return, not in 2 years, in 4 years, I would return in 4 years' time. I would come back in 2028. Do you know how much shit I would miss?
Don't care.
I'd miss all Cody Rhodes' brain.
Yeah, it's going to be like 4 months anyways. It's fine. You're telling me if you got the offer tomorrow to go like live on one of Saturn's moons that's habitable and just chill for a couple years.
If
but like
Titan,
Mars,
I'm going. No,
like
I wouldn't go to Mars.
If I had the offer to go to Mars tomorrow, I'd be gone yesterday.
I don't think I'd go to Mars. I feel like that's just boring and red. I'd go to Titan because Titan would be cool as fuck because you would be next to Saturn. You would see Saturn in your fucking sunrise.
I agree. Saturn, because being next to Saturn or Jupiter or any of that would just look cool.
Yeah, it look cool as fuck. That's what I'm saying.
I would give anything to see one of those planets with my own eyes, and I feel like the closest I will ever get is watching Inception. Nope. Interstellar. Fuck. The dream sequences, except we went over on the podcast. I don't visualize like when I think about things, so I don't really dream.
There's a word for that. Like when you're reading, you don't visualize what's happening. When I talk, I visualize what I'm speaking about.
No, it's just my brain is like a book, basically.
Like it's just words.
Pretty much.
That's fucking boring. I got pictures flying.
No,
I got the movie
Like I close my eyes and think about anything. It's just nothing.
See, like when we do like a podcast, I'm thinking about the movie, like the
I'm thinking scenes. About the movie also, but I can't see
you're doing words.
Yeah,
I'm seeing the movie.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the movie in my head.
Yeah. It's very odd.
Weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it bugs me because I know everybody else is having a way cooler experience at this whole life thing. Dude, I got shafted so hard.
Like when you play D&D, you're just bored?
No, but that's the even crazier thing. Think about
D&D.
No, not that. I run D&D games. I create the world.
That's what I'm saying. How the fuck do you do that?
I don't know. Because, like, I can think of things. I just don't see them. I know that makes no sense. But it's just like describing a building. I can do that whether I see it or not. Because I've seen it before. But even my memories. Like, when I try to think back to a thing that happened, I don't see it.
Bro, it's just a bug.
It's weird. I didn't know that it was like a year ago, like 6 months ago, when I figured out that this was a thing. Yeah, and I was like, wait, am I a weirdo? Hold on.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, apparently.
For many reasons, but that's
wait
that among them.
A minute. But yeah. No, this movie's incredibly beautiful, though, all the time.
Dude, I don't know. So I cry during this. I don't really cry during movies. Well, I do recently, but like.
No, bozo, I cry at every movie.
I don't know why I cry. I might be because this film is just gorgeous. I watched this in 4K because I had the 4K of it. So I had the most beautiful experience watching this. But like, I think I might have just cried because of how beautiful the film was.
No, there were definitely other reasons to cry.
I had daddy issues as well, but
no, I just mean the scene, just Matthew McConaughey's Coop's character when he's
Coop's character. The character's named Coop.
Yeah,
Matthew McConaughey is the actor. You had it right the first time.
Well, no, Matthew. Yeah, no, I was just calling him Coop, but stop.
Coop's character.
Coop's character. Well, I mean, it is. But the scene where they get back from the water planet and realize it's been 23 years.
In like 3 months, yeah.
And he's seeing his kids grow up and all of it. That was heart-wrenching.
It was, yeah. It is definitely one of the scenes I cried at, but I'm saying, like, I cried at, like, one of the black hole scenes. It was weird. I don't know.
Huh. It is. I mean, it's beautiful.
It is. It's a beautiful film, yeah. Again, don't know how the fuck you film half this shit.
Well,
you did.
So for the black hole scenes, it was entirely CGI. But
I'd hope so.
But the actual VFX were created using actual mathematical models and simulations of how black holes work. That is, like, genuinely as close to what a black hole would look like as any human will ever see.
Well, I think I remember watching a video about Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about how they got it so accurate when we were like, it was like 5 years before we even got a picture.
Yeah.
The blur. Remember, everyone remembers that blurry
circle.
NASA.
Yeah.
It was just a circle. We're like, oh, this is a black hole. It's so cool. Like us space nerds were like I like space.
Yeah.
I'm not like a.
It's like, oh, it's nuts.
And it's cool as shit.
But and everybody's like, it's just a blurry circle.
It's just a circle. But like Interstellar basically hit on the fucking head with a nail. Like,
because they had actual scientists working on it, and they were like, this is what the models say it would look like, and then the VFX artists use those models to make the CGI, which is just awesome.
Yeah, and it looks magnificent.
And the depiction of a wormhole. I'm so glad they got it right, because I know when you're describing a wormhole and it's the whole, well, it is the whole
paper thing.
Yeah, like I'm doing it for reference to the people watching. If you're listening, you got to just visualize it, which I couldn't do. So I'm glad you're watching. But so you've got your 2 points on your piece of paper. I'm going to use a black pen. You've got your 2 points on your piece of paper here and here, and you want to get from there to there, but there's too far. So you fold it in half and you just poke through. Well, on your piece of paper, that just looks like a circle, right?
Okay. It's going to sound really stupid because the whole film has to do with black holes and wormholes. Aren't they the same thing?
No, not at all. Okay. Not even close. I'll get into that in a second.
I know Gargantua was the big black hole they were talking about, but I don't remember they had a name for the wormhole.
They did. It's just a wormhole.
It's just a wormhole
they sent, and they didn't know who they was. Yeah,
this kind of has like a little bit. It kind of talks about like spiritual deities in a weird way.
See, but that gets answered at the end. The they was them.
I mean, eventually, yes, they were the ones who sent themselves, but there was a day that led them into that area.
I don't think I didn't read it as that, but I guess maybe.
Well, they were saying that they're like someone.
Yeah,
put
going
us
into
here,
the black hole.
Yeah, but like they're saying like someone put us in this exact spot in this exact time period to be able to communicate with ourselves.
Yeah,
they were the ones who sent themselves the message.
No,
but
it was always just them. It was always just them.
Yeah, but they didn't put themselves in that time area. No, they were saying that they put them that someone like Tarzan and McConaughey were talking. They're like, they put us here. They put us in this exact spot, this exact time period to communicate.
And then literally 3 minutes later, he realizes the they was him. He was they.
He recognized that the they that sent him on this whole journey was him. But he's saying that they, as in a spiritual deity or something, put him in the exact spot where he needed to communicate with his daughter.
When he jumped into the fucking black hole. Like, that's it. No, it was only ever him. Yeah, was the entire point.
I understand. I'm saying that whole like bookcase thing went on forever, but they put him. All of them repeat though in that same exact sequence because someone put him exactly in that sequence.
But he moved through it later to get to the spot he actually needed to be.
No, it's a repeating sequence. All those are the same sequence.
No, they aren't.
The same sequences that he dealt with. Because if you're thinking about it, he could have been at any time.
Memories,
any day.
Yes.
No, but I'm saying he could have been at any time, any day, in that room.
Sure.
but they put him in those exact spots where he remembers the ghost being present.
To
So
me,
they had to lock him into.
That's all
some type
he'd
of time
remember
structure.
because he was the. No, you have to think about, because it is a time structure. He wouldn't remember anything about that room if he wasn't there. He had to have been there for those moments to be there for those moments in the wormhole thing, or the black hole.
How would the black hole know that?
It's not the black hole knowing. That's just how time works.
But
because
they locked him to those times.
He can't remember. No. Yes, because he was there for those times. That's it.
They locked him to that room.
You're
allowing him
totally
to
just missing how time works.
They weren't allowing him to experience time elsewhere. They were only locking him to that room, to those exact time periods where he remembered. Yes, I get that part. But they're locking him to that room.
The times he was there.
They weren't letting him go to the baseball game.
It's because that room was okay. It's because the gravitational anomaly. That room. Right.
Well, it was also love. He said it was. Love was also
the gravitational anomaly is why that room was connected to the black hole in the first place. There weren't that many places he could be.
I've watched this film like 5 times in the last 10 years. I still somewhat I understand more of it as I get older, but still somehow I still don't understand all of it.
Because relativity is weird, and obviously they have to take some artistic liberties with how things could work.
That's fair.
Obviously.
Well, that's why they say that's where like love is quantifiable, and it goes good. Like that was the whole thing to get them like to like.
I mean, I feel like technically Anne Hathaway makes a good goddamn point when talking about it. She really does. Because like McConaughey tries to go the scientific answer with like, yeah, it's like because people are alive and it compels you to do this and breed and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, but why do we love people who are dead then? And he's just like, huh. Yeah, that breaks everything I was just saying.
Anne Hathaway can make any point, and I believe her. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but we could argue this part forever, but I feel like you're missing. I feel like
I'm missing a small portion of this that would connect everything. And
dude, this movie's wild enough. You do kind of need to watch it a bunch of times.
And and like I said, it's been a decade. I probably watched this maybe 5 times in total in the decade. And again, I was fucking 12 when I first watched this shit. I'm 22 now. I'm first starting to like fully understand. I'm starting to understand the mathematics and science of it nowadays. Like since I was 18, but like still. There's probably a little bit that I'm missing to finally put that puzzle piece fully in place, but
I just wonder how many people were genuinely confused. I wonder how many people still are genuinely confused by just how relativity works.
I was talking to because I was talking to someone because I was like, I'm gonna watch Interstellar this weekend. They're like, I don't want to watch this. Like, I never want to watch the movie again. I'm like, it's not a bad movie. They're like, I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't understand it, and I don't want to be lost again. I'm like, that's fair. And that's why it's the second lowest Christopher Nolan film on Rotten Tomatoes. It was the lowest for a long time.
See, and that's, I don't know. I think it's one of the best because of how incredible it is. The fact that they got so much of the science so right. And relativity, while being genuinely confusing, because I get into this argument a lot about, if you were to travel at the speed of light, 65 million years away.
You see dinosaurs.
And then you look back through a telescope somehow. Again, that's not how it works because no telescope is powerful enough to see the surface of the planet.
We do have one actually that's trying to do that. The new one? I don't remember what it's called. The James something.
JWST can't see the surface of other planets like that. Maybe in our solar system, but not from 65 million light years. There's no world.
I thought I was starting to see that shit. Okay, never mind.
No, you could see, like, I know I saw the thing about,
can see like galaxies and shit like that.
It can see incredible things, but like we can barely from space see to the surface of Earth. Like it's a thing, and that's from like our own orbit. Like to see the surface. I don't mean like seeing the surface because we can do that, but I mean like seeing a dinosaur. But like if you were 65 million light years away and you could see Earth, you'd see dinosaurs because time is relative.
Well, it's also the light, how light works,
right? And that's most of what, right? But like, and so gravity and time do share a very weird relationship.
We talk about that a lot in the movie, yeah.
Right. So if you were orbiting a black hole, which is also a thing that can happen. I think
We're
people
attempting
think
to orbit a
black holes
hole.
really what?
We're orbiting a black hole slowly.
Kind of, but no.
It was
Every
billions of
galaxy
years.
is.
We will be dead before the black hole sucks in
It'll
Earth
never.
eventually.
It probably never will.
Well, because the sun will probably eat us alive.
Well, not even because of that. Black holes, while they do suck, I was trying to come up with a better word.
Black holes suck. You are right.
But
they
while they
suck
do
so
suck
hard
things in,
and so well,
like-
it's like all things.
So there's black holes at like the centers of galaxies. We aren't being pulled towards the center of the Milky Way at all, as far as we know. I mean,
Slowly, very
no,
slowly.
we aren't though. The entire Milky Way is being pulled places, but as far as we know, we're not.
I'm gonna Google this and
Yeah.
make sure, but continue with your thing.
Yeah. So like that black holes have good sucking power, but they aren't master suckers like that, you know? I'm really we're being, you know, technically we're being sucked towards Andromeda because we're on a collision course, but that's a different thing.
So it says that we're not being sucked into the black hole. Well, there's no danger. But the issue is that we might cause a black hole because the galaxy with Andromeda might, when we collide, might likely cause a black hole.
Oh, that could happen. But yeah. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Like, yeah. See, I know my shit, dog. But
Hey,
also, I do appreciate.
You're the super space nude. I'm like relative.
You know, I
space
do
nerd.
appreciate, you know, fact check me. I appreciate that. Don't just take me at my word. Though, when do I lie to people? This
A
is
lot.
no, actually, this is the thing when we
Among
play.
Us.
Yeah, when we play Among Us, I am legendary. I get so mad at you guys though, because you want to even let me try to have fun. Kill
I
one
tried to.
person, and it's like, was it you, geek? It's like, you dick, bastards. See, I'm
we
saving
probably
that
should
for
talk about-
10 years from now when I'm gaming with like Ninja and Markiplier live for the
Jesus
first
Christ.
time. It's gonna happen, Doug.
we probably should talk more about the movie than all the. I know we'll talk about more of the science.
I
when
feel
we
like the
get more into
science is
movie.
the movie. But all right,
Not
let's talk about the
all of
movie.
it. There's a story here. I know it's not like Terrifier 1
It's
where there's no
very
story. There's murder.
confusing though.
What do
It's
you mean
like,
the story.
okay, the whole thing with Earth never gets explained that well.
It does.
What the fuck caused the blight?
The blight.
Yeah, that is what they call the thing that is killing all of the plants and shit.
The dust storms because the pollution.
See, to get so much science so right and then decide, well, dust storms wouldn't be because of pollution. The only
Well, dust
argument
storms
for that,
cause other issues. Yeah. and
but the
whatever.
only argument for that would be to go back to like the Dust Bowl in the 1930s.
Well, there's like there's droughts and stuff that cause us, and there's a whole bit that issue. I'm just saying that they don't
this
need to really
disease
explain
that's killing
that.
all the plants wasn't just the dust; it's a disease, and they never
They say
explained
it's
what
a
it is
disease,
or
did
what
they
it.
just say. I
Well,
just thought it
it's
was
killing the plants. The dust wouldn't be killing it; they just wouldn't be able to grow. It's something that's killing them and making them not able to grow anymore.
I think it's also kind of confusing because this doesn't take place in 2014. No, I'm saying it
Because
might
it's
confuse
the
you because
future, and
it's like 70-ish. Yeah,
it
so
might
it's
even
like,
be later than that.
It might be like when we're grandparents and all that shit. Like
That's the way I
old
took it,
grandfather
was that the grandfather was like our
was
age.
like our age. Yeah, that's how I took it. At least that means like when he gets back, it's like 20 because he's like 100 and something. Like it's like 21, like 40.
Or later, yeah.
And Murph's old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
who knows how old she actually was, because, like, she's at death's age. But, like, the average lifespan keeps increasing. What would it be then? I don't know.
Well, it's also like in a super thing where they had like this weird ring thing where
Right,
they're
so the
fucking going
science
around
is
Saturn,
crazy. So is she, like, 400 years old? I don't know.
Well, Matthew McConaughey. Oh my God, Matthew McConaughey comes back and it's like 120. So
Yeah, no.
I'm guessing he's born around like right now, like 2020, 2030. That's my guess.
I don't think so. I think it would be...
2040.
I don't know. They never do a great job of telling us how old he was when he left.
33. He
Did
left when
he?
he was 33.
Did I totally just miss that?
Because she says that her birthday is 33, and this is the
fuck.
same age as
Yeah, she
because
did.
when he would come back. He would be 33 years old,
Okay.
which is really weird because like I forgot Timothy Chalamet's in this. I fucking hate Timothy Chalamet. We're not gonna talk about him.
Why do we hate Timothy Chalamet?
I just want to punch him in the face. He's just got one of those faces. He's just that's the reason why I haven't watched Dune yet. Is because Timothy Chalamet. But like he's 33. Timothy Chalamet is like 16-ish, so he would have been like what? I mean, just like 18, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
I can't do the math on that.
We
were talking about
I zoned out and gave up.
So
people's ages are stupid, so I stopped thinking about it.
So, my God, Matthew McConaughey's character would have been around 17 years old when they gave birth to Timothy Chalamet's character.
No, oh God, no, he wasn't 16 or 17 though.
He was taking his driver's license.
See, but he was also a freshman.
No, because they were talking about his future, so I was thinking he'd be like a junior.
Because they were basing it off of a really early test thing, and so I was thinking.
I also want to talk about that school scene because that's
Dude, the fact that the conspiracy theorists won in this universe hurts my soul.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, did this turn into like fucking conservative ass America?
Maybe that is our future. Actually,
Apollo 11 was fake as a propaganda. I mean. It was kind of propaganda in a way. Like,
well, everything is propaganda. Welcome to the U.S.
The Cold War, but like, kind of. But like, we did land on the moon.
Yes. If you don't believe it, go buy a telescope and look at the moon. You can literally see the original American flag still not waving, but it's there.
It can't wave. So
well, it did. Well, it can if I go up and grab it and do the thing. Which is why there are the little ripples in it, because they moved it. Mm-hmm. And gravity still exists, just way less. Yeah. Because people are goofy.
But yeah, like, I just love that they decided to beat that a plot point. There was no reason to. They could have been like, there was no reason. We don't need engineers anymore. NASA went underground. There was no, they literally went underground, but like they were like, NASA went underground. Like, there was no more NASA, so we don't need more people want to go into space. We need people on Earth. But they're like, I don't know. I just love that's a small little plot point.
Yeah.
It's just the stupidest plot point they could have made, but I enjoyed it immensely because I forgot about that. I'm like, oh yeah. They NASA went underground because people thought it was propaganda enough where it got replaced in textbooks.
Yeah.
But Murph is a real one and punched the fucking kid.
Valid. Dude, that's insane.
Do you know what I think is also insane? Does Murph look familiar to you?
Yeah, it's Mackenzie Foy.
Yeah, it's fucking Renesmee from fucking Twilight.
Shit, yes it is.
It's fucking Renesmee. Like 2 years removed from being Renesmee.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know her actress name. I don't know. The only thing I've ever seen her in besides this is Twilight.
Valid.
Which I know that both me and you actually like Twilight.
Yeah.
So
Twilight
we're
it's right. Oh, it's right there actually. Oh. It's up on a shelf.
We can't see it, right?
Yeah, I have too many cups.
We're not gonna get a cup tangent right here. We gotta finish the movie.
That's the first TikTok, is all of my movie theater collector's cups.
All your cups.
Yeah. Twilight might be the oldest cup I have. There's the Barbie one. Moving on though. Before I get stuck talking about cups. Uh-oh.
I'm here.
You said uh-oh.
I said no. I said
Oh.
Like I'm looking at IMDb right now.
Why do you have nail clippers?
Nail clippers. I have random shit on my desk that just for me to play with.
I'm playing with a remote, so I get it.
This is just ADHD.
Oh, 100%, dog. This is the ADHD podcast. Yeah. Very, I don't know. You wanted to talk about the movie. Keep talking about the movie. Not the science.
I'm really impressed with the people they cast for the future people. Because Casey Affleck kind of really looks like just older Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm like...
Just older, bulkier Timothy Chalamet.
when you're working on a farm that long by yourself without a dad, I assume you get a little bit bulkier.
Without a dad. Damn.
That's a big plot point for them, though. For the people like back in Earth, is like, well, I mean, there's besides that they're gonna die. The whole plot point with his family is that they have no dad. They grew up without a father, not because he chose to be. Well, he did choose to be a son, but not because he was a shitty dad. It's because he wanted to save the world. Did he know that he wasn't gonna be able to save the world ever? That he was just leaving his kids to die? No. That's kind of because Brand's a fucking asshole. Not kind of, he is.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, the fact that Brand pretended he made it his life's work to figure it out,
and his
but
daughter
just gave
didn't
up.
know.
Right. The fact that he just gave up. And the fact that Dr. Mann knew.
That fucker.
Also, why is Matt Damon in every good space movie of all time?
I was going to mention that Matt Damon is just...
realistic space movie. He's obviously not in like Star Wars, but or Star Trek.
Movie, it's just a movie in space.
Right. I'm just, you gotta clarify. I'm pre-arguing with the comments, okay? I'm used to the idiots on the internet. Trust me.
That's fair.
Oh goodness.
I know we talked about it in Tombstone, so I just want to kind of go over it here right now.
Yeah.
The budget was $165 million, which is actually super cheap for what all the fucking VFX shots they had to do. All that rendering must have been fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It grossed $733 million, so they cleared their budget.
They did okay. Yeah. For sure.
Opening weekend was $47 million, which actually is not that great. But for a 2 hours and 49-minute movie about space that kind of drags itself along with all the science. No, I'm not saying
I was gonna say 2 hours and 49 minutes. It felt way shorter than that.
I know it felt. It's the opposite of Tombstone, where it felt like this is a lot shorter of a movie than Tombstone.
It feels like it kind of, because Tombstone takes, like we said, it's a slow burn. It takes a while to get there. This one just gets there.
I think he takes off with the rocket like 45 minutes.
It feels like it's 10 minutes.
It feels like 10, 20
so
minutes.
Early.
I'm like, bro, we're right there. Like, holy shit.
Oh.
But this movie, but it still drags itself along with all the science, which could bore a lot of people. It's impressive that it did $750 million.
Yeah.
I mean, 2014, you're basically printing money if you made a movie, but like, still.
Not true, actually. There were a lot of flops.
Guardians of the Galaxy, with the talking raccoon made $1 billion. Let's not.
Yeah, but that's because it was a good movie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're a bozo.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a good movie.
It's because you're a bozo.
But also, like, this is where I first met Jessica Chastain as an actress.
Yeah,
who's a much older actress, and she's fucking phenomenal in this film.
Yeah.
Kind of sad we didn't see her at like her death scene as her her in old makeup. It's just another actress.
To me, that makes a lot of sense though, because
like Jessica Chastain kicked ass in this film. She should have been like died.
Well, next time we'll just kill her off before she gets to see her dad. My question is, if they could go into hibernation for that long, and she genuinely wanted to, why just didn't she?
Well, she also didn't know if she ever see her dad would ever be found. They found him floating by Saturn.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, that's when the wormhole pops out. Yeah, right. But like, still, like, they found him like just floating in space, which is this is fucking like
the thought of that is terrifying.
That just too, but like this feels like Shepard and Mass Effect 2, where like just like the chances of finding someone floating out in space is insane.
Well, for us now, it feels insane. But
they were
but their space station was also near Saturn already. They probably knew of every little rock floating around there. So when something else popped up, they're like, "Hey, wait a minute."
That's fair.
But my question is kind of like the scene in the first Star Wars when the droids are in the little escape pod. Why are we refusing to shoot them? Why don't you just destroy the thing that randomly pops up near you? We're Earthlings. That's what we do.
Well, it's probably small enough. They're like, what the fuck is that? Not like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Like, blow it up. More like that's small as fuck.
Bro's calling Matthew McConaughey small.
6 foot tall and all the space is pretty small.
This movie did a great job. I haven't watched a ton of Matthew McConaughey movies, but the most of them I have don't really show that he's a good actor.
Well, he's an all right actor.
This movie he cooks.
Yeah.
Get everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe he's just a good actor. Maybe he just takes a lot of not good roles.
Well, he took a lot of rom-com roles for a while. And
that's mostly what I know him from.
He literally refused to take rom-com roles. He literally said, I will never take another rom-com role until I get a serious role. And then I think Dallas Buyers Club came around. I think. I'm not sure if I remember the story right, but he refused to take any more. Like, he didn't care if he didn't get any work ever again. He was like, if I'm gonna do another movie, it has to be like a serious role. And I think it was Dallas Buyers Club. And that's when he's like, I want to set myself as like a serious actor, and now he's an Oscar winner. So
yeah.
Did this movie win any Oscars? That's a good question.
Oh, it had to have.
IMDb's already open. Love opera for saving my stuff. Thank you.
Best visuals, best original score, best production, best sound.
Bro already had it up. The sound. That's what I wanted to talk about. The sound and the soundtrack. I know you're like, last week you were like, last episode we were talking about Tombstone's soundtrack. You're like, I want to talk about it. I'm like, I didn't fucking notice it. This fucking score. Hans Zimmer, I think, made the most orgasmic fucking score ever for this film. Bro fucking kicked ass. What is bro gasping about? Is he having the orgasm?
Interstellar wasn't even nominated for Best Picture.
Well, 2014 was what?
Don't care.
I will look up the nominees for 2014, and well, it's 2015 actually. 2015. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm looking. Are
you sure it was 2015? Oh yeah, it was.
It's a year afterwards. Best actor in a leading role. I don't give a fuck. Where's Best Picture? Best Picture. There it is. Birdman's really good. American Sniper's fucking American propaganda bullshit. Boyhood, I heard, is not that great. Grand Budapest Hotel makes sense. Imitation Game was alright. Selma makes sense. The Theory of Everything makes sense. And Whiplash is fucking amazing. I can see why it got kicked out. I would put it over American Sniper. I'd definitely put it over American Sniper, but I can definitely see, like, the winner was Birdman. Whiplash should have definitely fucking won that shit.
I don't know. I feel like I would put it in above a lot of these. But that's, I don't know. To be fair, the thing with the Oscars is they're fucking stupid.
That's true.
There has never been a good Oscar year because they're never good at their jobs.
There has to be at least one.
No. There's no year that the Oscars have gotten 100% right. I would bet money there's no year they got 75% right.
They're never going to get 100% right. 75%,
they don't even get it 50, ever. I'm going with 50.
Also, a lot of movies could look back on like, yes, they should have definitely won. Like, some age better than others.
If you're supposed to be the best in the world at reviewing movies and making decisions, you should know which ones will age well.
Well, the Oscars is filled with just white guys. So, like, they're never good at taste. And this is two white guys on a podcast. We know we don't know anything about taste. We're two white men.
He speaks for himself.
I speak for the trees.
For some fucking reason, they speak in Vietnamese. Yeah, no, I refuse to say I have no taste. I have great taste.
If you say, but okay. But the sound, fucking fantastic. I love that it just when they do like the outside the space station, they just cut the sound.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching Gravity back in 2013. Jesus Christ. That they had sound like with the fucking whole like blowing up the thing. I'm like, there would be almost zero sound.
There would
The
be
only things
no
you would
sound.
hear, well, the only things you would hear is like debris clunking against your helmet or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be the only thing you're hearing because that's inside your helmet. Dude, but like when they had the fucking explosion at the thingy, the what was called Endeavor, I think it's called. No sound.
It's just silent.
And I'm like, that's even creepier. And that's also why I love Alien, because Alien does the same thing. With the
because it's the correct way to do it.
But like, it makes it creepier, makes it more scary and everything like that. It's excellent. When they're on the water world, I don't remember exactly what the integers are. I know you're already looking them up. But Hans Zimmer uses the score.
Oh yeah.
With the ticks, it's like every like month or every year or something like that.
No,
it's fine.
Crap.
I don't remember the integers, but it was like the ticking was a certain like time integer that was signifying how much they were losing during that time period. Which is awesome when you listen.
I swear it was a tick.
It's a tick for every. I feel like it's a tick for every month.
No, it's a tick is a day.
A tick is a.
Because
really?
remember they were so
ticks?
quick. They were so quick at the beginning.
Oh my god!
They didn't. They also had. I noticed this. There was a time jump while they were on that planet.
Well, yeah, it's 23 years.
No. I mean, during the scenes of that planet.
You don't think there's not that many ticks?
No, there's. Well, they say we have to leave in an hour, and it was 4 minutes. Like it was.
Relatively.
We need to leave but it was an hour. I don't think that's right. Maybe it was. But
well, they say that the signal was going there for years, but she probably landed 5 minutes or here.
No. So that part I understand. What I mean is, yes, relativity, but they meant an hour of their time because of how long it would take the water to get out of the ship. That doesn't speed up.
Well, it's a movie. It's not going to be like in real time.
Right. But so that's why the ticks can't be 100% perfect because they.
Right.
But they. Like, there's not the actual number of ticks, is what I'm saying.
The ticks is the time period. Okay, yeah.
That's what I was saying.
But doing something that fucking smart with your score is insane. No fucking sane composer would think about that, and that's why Hans Zimmer is probably the fucking go. I know John Williams is up there as like the most classic composer in the world, but Hans Zimmer is to another fucking level.
And then Anne Hathaway got one of the Duttons killed. That was pretty unfortunate.
The Duttons?
From Yellowstone.
I don't watch Yellowstone.
Oh. I've never seen it either. I just see clips on TikTok.
Well, you also live in Wyoming, so that makes sense. But well, the only you know how like you can look up like your Twitter handle and then like news article or whatever.
Yeah.
Mine's connected to Yellowstone. I said, is it just Boomer MCU?
Maybe.
Which it basically is.
I don't know. It's the only Western that exists nowadays, so that's okay.
Well, they call me a fan, and I'm like, I'm not a fan.
Oh, as far as I know, none of my tweets have ever been used in anything, and that makes me a little sad. I've never seen the website though, but
it's not like a website. Like it's Google.
Oh, if I just Google me
at the Greek Slayers and just pass your Twitter, yeah.
Well, no, I have too many things that exist, so nothing else pops up. It's just my own stuff.
I think you do at the Geek Slays and it'll show up. I don't know.
Okay.
Do that later. But
I can multitask.
Hans Zimmer's a fucking maniac with the score. Going into the black hole, the fucking epic fucking music is, again, like I said earlier, orgasmic. Like this might be one of my favorite scores of all time. I love this fucking score with all my heart. Bro is going for it. There's just nothing?
No, nothing.
No news writer likes you.
No, it's because normally I just am yelling about things.
That's fair. I low key, I thought so it's been a while since I watched this film, obviously. That's why I had to rewatch it for this episode. I thought I remember I can't remember his last name. Oh my god. The black dude. I thought I remember him killing himself.
No.
I thought I remember him killing himself.
No, it was always Dr. Man.
Dr. Man didn't really kill himself though. Well, he did, but like he did.
No.
He didn't mean to kill himself.
No, Dr. Man totally meant to kill him. That whole thing.
It was him trying to go home.
No, that robot was definitely rigged that if anybody not Dr. Man turned it on, it would explode. Because he didn't want anyone to know.
He was lying. Yeah, I understand
Right.
that. But he wasn't trying to kill himself. Man wasn't trying to kill himself.
I didn't say he was trying to kill himself. I said he was trying to kill that other scientist, the one that got killed by Dr. Man.
Yeah.
You fuck.
I forget that man technically started the bomb. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then Dr.
Also,
Man almost blew up the ship. Because he doesn't listen good.
Basically did.
Well, he almost destroyed the ship and killed everybody.
Also,
and almost doomed the human race by almost blowing up all of the.
You know how people like in movies are like, I'm the best driver in the world, and they never show like a reason for it. They're like, Coop, you're the best pilot we have, and we're like, okay, whatever. You're like sure.
No, he constantly show it.
They show the fuck. Like,
no, you can't do that thing. It's not possible. He's like, fucking watch me. That's why I'm here. You're here for the science. I'm here to spin.
Bro was like, analyze the fucking RPMs. It was like 65 RPM. He's like, and Brand's like, the fuck you gonna do with that shit?
It's not possible. He's like, hold on.
And I love the visual where it will match up.
Yeah.
And then when he starts to slow down a little bit, it will start speeding up again. It's a fucking beautiful visual that
yeah. Incredible.
The science in the visuals matching is perfect.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan's attention to detail is incredible.
He's a fucking maniac when it comes to attention to detail.
So I totally forgot to write it down, but I swear I was going to go back and look and just never did. I swear, really early into the movie, I thought I caught a mistake and I just never went back to look.
What mistake, my guy?
No, it was something really stupid, but I think there's a single camera cut that happens. Like it's on Matthew McConaughey, cuts away, cuts back, and he went from having it I'm not 100% sure this is exactly right, but it's something like this where he went from having his jacket on to not in the same scene.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And it's like one of those things that's so easily overlooked. But I just remember sitting there, I was like, wasn't that different a second ago? And then I was like, I'll go back and look when I'm done. And then I totally forgot until right now. Talking about how the attention to detail was.
Do you know what I think is fucking insane though that they show?
Huh.
They hack a military drone.
Yeah, pretty simply too.
Yeah, they just hack it. Like he knows already how to hack it. Like, what? Bro just decides I know how to hack a fucking military drone. They always kill themselves doing it, and then they the way they fly it, they use a 2D plane to fly a 3D object, which I thought was fucking stupid. Like, Christopher Nolan will put so much detail into what a black hole looks like, the RPM,
what?
So they use like the touchpad, right? To fly the drone. That's a 2D plane flying a 3D object. The touchpad is an XY. The drone XYZ. You can't do that. You gotta have a mouse or a stick or something or some.
I didn't
have
even
a controller.
think about that.
Bro was using an science, bitch.
Well, no, that makes sense. I just I don't know. So
that's what I thought was
stupid.
Think
that's part of me just going entirely into the, I don't know, it's like 90 years in the future. Who knows?
Well,
because in my head, I think it's just the drone's obviously not just gonna crash.
Well, they're controlling it. They are in full control of the drone.
Okay, so now I'm trying to think of a way to explain it, and I'm just trying to think of, Because even now, I was trying to think of like games you play on your phone, but you're always controlling it with 2 spots on the same touch screen.
And
No,
like, still,
yeah, that sounds like a fuck up.
It's not really a fuck up. It's just like the attention to detail that Christopher Nolan put into some things, and then just kind of forget about the other things.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you about something that I thought was kind of a neat thing, is that the New York Yankees are playing in basically a minor league field.
Yeah.
And they like even like their grandfather says, I don't know who the fuck these guys are. These are just random dudes. I kind of like that because like it's a different attention to details because like they have different priorities now.
Well, that, and they were also saying how a lot of humanity doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, they said like they went from like 6 billion people to like maybe 1, I think they said.
Right, and that's a huge difference, which would mean a lot less professional sports.
That's fair. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
I think it's like if you want to show like massive like death toll, you wouldn't like most like disaster movies are showing like a bunch of coffins, a bunch of like mass burials,
showing
like
sports just being randos on a field that doesn't make. Imagine Bears Packers on like a Wyoming high school football field.
That's what I'm saying. I
like
think that's
just
like
barely sets of bleachers on the sides. Like
it's a hell smart way to show how impactful that this drought that this what's it called when you don't have food, the Irish had one for a while. Starts with an F. I don't remember what it's called. But like when you don't have, like when they don't have food, like it just shows. It's a very smart way to show that we have different priorities now. There's not a lot of people left, and this is the reason why we need to get off this planet. Super smart way to do it without just showing like mass burials or like a news program or something like that. There's a lot of alien movies, a lot of disaster movies will do that shit, and it's massively annoying to me because it's like, yes, you're telling me, you're not showing me. And Christopher Nolan's like, shit, I can show you the greatest way to do it. And Chris Nolan's he's just built different, bro.
Well, oh my god.
What?
Oh, I decided to click on a Looper article because I was trying to look at all the things that like all the little mistakes in Interstellar.
How many ads did you get?
Oh, I don't. That's another thing my brain does really well. No, I'm just using Google Chrome. I just don't see ads. Like so unless they pop up covering the thing.
So all I'm hearing is you just can't see pictures.
Maybe. Well, no, I can see pictures, but like my brain just fucking ignores them. They just don't exist.
That's a mad ADHD I wish I had.
Yeah.
Like I have ADHD, but that's
like,
the
only time they exist is when they are genuinely in like when they pop up and like lock your screen from doing anything. But I don't know what the fuck the ad was for. I just say, oh, pop up, click. Like you could literally ask me after you saw it and knew what it was, and I'd go, I don't know. That's why half the time I forget about movie trailers because they're an ad. Like
See, I don't forget about movie trailers because usually I'm like, yes, that's a nice thing I want to go see.
No, I totally forget, and then a movie's in theaters, and I go, oh fuck, I gotta go.
Then I get super hyped for movies, and then really disappointed.
But I never have to worry about the theater being sold out here because nobody lives here, so it's okay.
That's fair. I went to go see a Mackie last night. Just random tangent right here. I was sold on this being like a devil, like Antichrist baby movie. And they fucking pulled a really bad twist on it, and it just made it worse. I distrust Nia now.
Right. No, the Looper thing. What?
Are you the first person in history to catch Matthew McConaughey's jacket be on and then off in the next scene?
No, that's maybe. I'd have to go back and see if I can even find what I'm talking about. No, sorry, but Interstellar's wormhole is still just theoretical. Yep.
All wormholes are.
Wormholes are theoretical. They could exist, but we don't know if they do or can. The thing that we do know is that if they did exist, Interstellar portrayed it correctly. Because what I was explaining earlier with it looks like it's just a circle. It wouldn't be a circle because it's in 3-dimensional space. It would be a sphere.
It'll be
They
a
literally
sphere.
explain this in the movie.
They do.
But like, okay.
Is Looper just stupid?
Well, maybe, but but yes, they are hypothetical, but that doesn't technically make it science fiction.
No, I mean, fucking gravity is theoretical technically.
Gravity's proven, so it's no longer a theory.
I mean, it's still a theory.
No, if it's proven, it's no longer a theory.
Hey, some people don't believe in fucking gravity, so it's technically not proven.
Here, proof. Go fuck yourself.
But is that gravity or is that just the atmosphere?
It's gravity. What are you talking about? Okay,
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I think,
is it just the atmosphere? Ah! You're as dumb as the idiots I have to deal with on Twitter and in my TikTok comments.
I think I remember speaking to one of my science teachers saying that gravity is still technically a theory, not a proven commodity or whatever you want to call it. Like also like the theory of relativity, like like all that shit is like kind of like up in the air still. Like science is always changing. That's the awesome thing about science. Like I love history. History never changes, but science always is.
History changes all the time. We change how we read it. The black hole trip is apparently pure science fiction. Yes,
because we don't know what happened to a black hole.
We have good theories, and none of them are that will be. None of them are wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
I mean, all of it is because it's fucking black hole. Like, it's,
well, no, I mean
space and time.
Yeah, but it doesn't. You're not going to be able to interact with the past. Probably, there's no evidence for that. But yeah, none of that makes a full psychedelic journey. None of that makes sense. Obviously, that was fake.
I mean, also, it's like, how did the fucking thing survive in the black hole that long? It's who fucking knows what a black hole does? Maybe it's just like a whole abyss. It's just nothing. Who knows? Maybe it's heaven. Maybe that's what black holes are. They're just heaven. And being sucked into one isn't that bad. Maybe getting sucked by the black hole isn't that bad.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay. No, Looper's just dumb.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm good.
I
don't need to talk to them anymore. I never needed to talk to them. They're fucking Looper. Yeah, I don't know. This movie's incredible, though.
Like, it's like a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is fucking insane. Bro's looking at something that's...
I love that we've talked about this for an hour, and I feel like we've missed all of it.
Well, we got to when we recorded Tombstone, it was at an hour, and we're like, hey, we've got nothing to talk about. Interstellar is so fucking compact and so fucking great. I think we missed a planet too, like that they were talking about.
Dr. Man's planet.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about that.
The ice planet, the ammonia planet, where Dr. Man tries to kill
ice clouds. They have fucking ice clouds.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, see, for the movie, that's crazy. Knowing a bunch of the planets that exist, that one means nothing to me.
Well,
ice clouds. Woo.
My question is, why didn't you, the moment you ran into an ice cloud, didn't just turn the fuck around?
Right.
It's something that's so fucking cold where it's
but your upper atmosphere, and technically, so my biggest confusion with this movie,
we don't have ice clouds
on Earth.
Yeah,
and actually, we kind of do. That's what hail is.
You're gonna expect it to be
snow.
Habitable. Yeah, but like they're literally at the highest atmosphere where their clouds are not fucking frozen. Our clouds are fucking frozen.
So the
stay in the fucking air. They should then
because there is no surface.
That also means that the fucking air is too thick.
Which is insane because that means that, well, because it wasn't air, it was ammonia. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They were on.
Why don't you just turn the fuck around?
Oh, dude, Dr. Man has the weirdest. It's not even a character arc. It just feels like it because he's described as like the best of all of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And then he decides to doom humanity for his own hubris for the mission he chose.
I think that's what I think he was going for. I think what Nolan was going for.
100%.
It's like the best of us even faced with this impossible thing.
I don't think that's what they were going for.
Well,
Because he wasn't the best of us. Because a lot of people faced with that impossible task. They literally show there were 12 of them. 9 of them faced with this impossible task didn't turn on the thing saying this planet was safe. They just accepted. Well, but even some of the ones that died, we know they turned on the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Miller did.
Yeah.
Like,
rest in peace.
Dr. Mann is the only one who chose to turn it on to save himself.
Was he also I can't remember if he was the dickhead or it was like Wolf or something like that. Was like, come to my planet, and like ambiguously, like, my planet is the greatest of all time. Like, they were talking about, someone was messaging saying, come to my planet, this is the planet. Was it him or the other one?
No, nobody was saying that. The broadcasts say kind of the same things both places.
Okay.
Edmonds,
why they were like,
no, Edmonds was just the one where Anne Hathaway was in love with Edmonds, so she wanted to go there, which was the correct planet, though.
Mm-hmm.
As you find out at the end of the movie, Edmonds was already dead.
Yeah, but McConaughey's gonna go find her.
Imagine he goes through the wormhole and he just is somewhere else. That would be so funny.
But that's
not how that would happen. Well, no. Well, no, because it is between 2 points in space-time.
That's the theory.
We're basing it off of that theory. So that's how that works.
Change. It was like 24 hours fucking, we're just changing like a video game.
Oh, God. Yeah, fucking Nolan sitting there with the scroll wheel like, I want to go to this galaxy instead.
It's just fast travel.
Golly.
I mean, it could have just popped him out somewhere else. Who knows? It just turns him around. He's so fucking confused.
Turns around, there's no wormhole.
They basically have a Top Gun unit now for going into wormholes and shit, which is cool as fuck.
But yeah.
There's something else I want to talk about. Oh my god.
Don't forget.
What?
You said there's something else you want to talk about. I said don't forget.
Fuck you. God, what do I want to talk about? Oh my god. Fucker. Hey, come throw all the off. Back to the human aspect of, like, not the science, like, not the whole science shebang. But when she's figuring out that her dad was the ghost, and she's figuring out all the Morse code and bullshit, like, the human conflict at that same point in time with her brother, who was just refusing to leave for whatever reason,
and them just setting her brother's crops on fire.
Well, he was doing his family. He was letting him die of literally just suffocating on the dust. Which is a scary thought. That's scary. I think that's as scary as a thought as a black hole.
So, I have this issue of, I get it, though, where the brother is coming from. Because
he had a kid die from it.
Right. But as he literally says, and as at that point in time Murph knows, they're all going to die anyways. It doesn't matter.
Prolong the inevitable.
So you can suffer more later?
But she saves the fucking day. She's like, she literally tells him, I'm going to save.
She couldn't have until she figured out the thing in the room.
I know.
But she had already kicked her out of the house, so that almost didn't happen.
But like, believe your sister, man. She's a world-renowned scientist working on a secret NASA project.
Who's been working on it for 20 years and hasn't figured it out. The guy before her was working on it for 60 years and hadn't figured it out.
But he's also a dickhead who knew that it wasn't working.
That's the thing, is you have to look at it from the brother's point of view and not just your own from outside of the movie. You're looking at it from the perspective of having all of the knowledge. He's looking at this from the perspective of knowing we're all going to die anyways. I would rather me and my family die here on our family farm together as a family.
See, my issue here is you want your family to suffocate than die of whatever happens from Earth.
To suffocate, because they may suffocate later. Go.
They may suffocate later, but at least prolonging that time you have with your family instead of sitting and waiting to suffocate that's first of all terrifying as fuck to just sit there and like wanting to suffocate instead of trying to outrun it or whatever. Like, just like prolong it. I mean, you love your family. He obviously does. His wife is terrified of dying. She shows that through the whole time. I mean, and then you don't believe your sister, who's again, Ron scientist trying to like who has the most faith in the world that she's gonna figure it out. And if your sister is Jessica Chastain, I'm gonna believe whatever she says.
Well, she wasn't Jessica Chastain.
She looks like Jessica Chastain.
She was Murph.
Also, great ass name.
I don't know, Murphy Cooper. I don't know.
It's all based off Murphy's Law. Which whatever is gonna happen is whatever can happen is gonna happen. Which is amazing.
I agree with the brother that feels like a bad thing because
it feels like a bad thing.
Because to me, that's how Murphy's Law actually works. Whatever can happen will happen, which means only the bad things ever do.
But she is Murphy's Law. That's the thing. Whatever, she's the one who figures out. Whatever can happen will happen. She's the definition of Murphy's Law. It's a great name for a character in this situation.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. Even that feels a little too on the nose.
Would I name my kid Murphy? Probably not. But it's a great name for this character, and it makes sense because like the dad's obsessed with fucking science, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I love it. It's like a perfect like. Naming your character, please. Whenever if you are writing a script or book or whatever, if whoever's watching this is doing that, name your characters something significant.
No, start making up names. I'm done with every human in all movies.
I don't want another Draco Malfoy. That's a fucking stupid name.
Because that's real humans are named that. I mean, go with
now
stuff.
They are.
No, they were before.
Draco.
Yeah.
If your name was Draco before the fucking Harry Potter series came out, I hope you get your ass kicked.
What's wrong? What's wrong with Draco? Bro, this is a man named Grayson.
Yeah, it's a normal name.
So is Draco. You're just a bozo.
I don't think Draco was ever a name before 1996. Bro's looking like the baby name fucking thing. Yeah. Whatever it is. I don't think Draco is a real. I don't think people are naming the kids Draco. Like there might be one or two.
The first person we know for a fact named Draco was an Athenian legislator in Greece. Athenian from Athens. It was a legislator in the 7th century BC. So that's all you. Well, Draco is also fucking Latin, dumbass. No, Draco is Greek. Whatever it is, which still means that's what the term comes from. And it means dragon serpent, which is fucking sick. I would just call my kid Dragon. Well, they did. His name was Draco. This is in English, you stupid motherfucker. I was saying I would name a kid Dragon. Every day he get bullied, be dragging these nuts on his face. Jesus. Oh God! But no, if you're writing a book or something, name your kid something that like makes sense towards the character. Like Murphy, name your kid Murphy. Well, it sounds stupid at first when people are hearing it. No, in Harry Potter, have your main character be named Duckman. I personally punch you in the face. I'm not even kidding you. I'd personally punch you in the face. All right, I'm making a movie. Main character's name is Duckman. And I will come to Wyoming and punch you in the face. And it's going to be rough because I'm going to make him the biggest douche in the universe. Question, is he a bigger douche than the Elder Brand? Yes. I'm not even letting you finish. I'm just, yes. Bro, let me even hear it. The Elder Brand in this fucking film is a fucking dickhead. I fucking hate him. Like, there's a lot of dickheads in film. Not telling Cooper that he would never see his family again. Yeah. Is such a fucking douche move. Also, when you know that's the one thing he cares about. You want me to big brain your movie for no reason? Sure, go ahead. Like something that entirely ruins the entire story? Interstellar? Yeah. We're gonna ruin this masterpiece. Yeah, why didn't you just send the robots?
Dude, because Tars is too funny. You have to have some bounce off of him. Tars is too fucking funny.
Lower his humor setting and just send him alone, dude. Like, why did humans have to go? I know robots can't improvise, yeah, but they also won't panic about being stranded because they don't care. Tars was just entirely willing to just go into the black hole. He didn't give a fuck.
That's because he was the only option.
No, it's because he's a goddamn robot.
But also,
but there wouldn't be these moral quandaries of, we can't spend any time on this planet. We got to go back. We can't go to both planets because I want to make it home to see my daughter's birthday.
I know the science is advanced, but it's not super advanced. That they could create a robot that could also stand like Mustafar temperatures and whatever fucking planet man was on.
Whatever planet man was on. Oh, you mean the one where Tars was running around anyways?
But you can't create a robot that can deal with both situations. That's what they need humans.
Tars dealt with all those situations.
Yes, he dealt with those situations.
You need humans to deal with all those situations in a suit because they can't deal with any of those situations.
They can't improvise. That's the whole point.
But
they can improvise. If they landed on Mustafar, they could figure out what the fuck they're supposed to do.
The only time they needed to move. Okay, Tars lands on Mustafar. You know what he does? Oh, humans can't live here. Powering down. Or if he's the one sent later, like in Dr. Man's position, the robot goes, oh, this isn't sustainable. Powering down.
They also lose communication a ton throughout the fucking film. What happens when they lose communication with fucking Tars on fucking Mustafar?
Looks like we're not moving to Mustafar.
They don't even know if we hit ground there. They don't even know.
Doesn't matter. What? Okay, what do they do if Coop stops responding?
They figure a way.
No.
Coop figures out a way to fucking
get it. Coop stops responding because he dies. What happens? Oh, well, I guess he's dead. The same thing that they do with Tars. Right. Nothing would change. They couldn't communicate with Coop either. This is what I mean. If you zoom out really far,
this argument can be made for any film ever.
Right. That's why I said you want me to big brain it.
Is that big brain? It's small brain.
No, that's big brain. Because if I was in that same room with Brand and Man when they were making the plan for the original Lazarus mission, I would have been like, hold up. Why are we sending any people at all? Like, I get it. You want to sacrifice yourself for the greater good, but you don't need to. Make 14 of them bitches and go.
So, are you saying that with these new Artemis missions that NASA is doing, we should never send humans up there?
No. Very different.
Not different.
Because we don't have robots that are anything near Tars. Not even close.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The government's fucking
No,
creepy,
the closest
bro.
we got is Boston Dynamics, and I can push those bitches over. The wind
CGI?
is too much.
Are those CGI?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe some of it, but they definitely have robots that can do things. But, like, we don't have robots that can do any of that. No robot can pilot a ship. No robot can run scientific experiments yet.
I do want a personal Tars, though. Tars is fucking...
for sure.
He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, what's your humor setting at, Tars? 100%, sir. 75. Drop it at 75.
Drop that shit.
When he's rebuilding him at the end of the movie, set it to 75. He makes another joke. Set it to 60.
65.
He makes another joke. You want it to be 55?
I think Tars is the perfect comedic, and also like where like like even like if you don't understand all the science, that's where you can put like all your like emotions into Tars. Like when like it's a Baymax moment where like when they send him into the black hole, you're like, he's never coming back. Like, oh no, but like eventually we do get him back because they find him and whatever.
Yeah,
it's still like it's your emotional anchor point for your audience there. If you can't get attached to anyone else,
and then you really crush them 3 seconds later when Coop goes too, and Anne Hathaway's all sad. Dude, that would be the most terrifying thing in the universe.
Just being alone.
Yeah. Forever.
Well, she's making babies. A lot of babies.
She's not.
She could. Technically, she could.
No, all the dudes are dead.
No,
I
she has
know.
all the fuck. She has all the fucking cells.
I
egg
know,
cells, whatever you call it.
but you're not making yourself pregnant while you got to raise 84,000 children.
That's true.
Oh God.
Well, McConaughey's on the way to go help. Okay.
Well, she doesn't know that. Also, I'm a
Which is
little
terrifying.
mad.
I think that's
Right, she's alone.
no, but that imagine her I wish this movie went on for like another 10-20 minutes to show McConaughey landing.
Oh yeah, because it would be a ship she doesn't recognize at all. That would be awful.
And then just see McConaughey come out after she thinks he's dead from the black hole and stuff like that. Just the emotional fucking weight.
I wish we would have gotten that. I'm so mad.
That's the only part of that I can be like, I don't really wish for movies to go on. Like, I feel it's a good ending to like be like, and the world just kind of continues going on with itself. But like, I would just wish we had that moment of just Anne Hathaway just collapsing under like the rest, just because of everything that's going on. Also, does that point when we see her at the planet happen the same time McConaughey is setting off to go find her? Because but Murph, when we last see her when he goes in the black hole, is in her 30s, and then she's in her hundreds.
Right.
So how is Brand still
relativity, dude?
I guess
because he's in the black hole. Time for him. It's just like on that planet. Time is slowing down while speeding up everywhere else. And he's now closer to the black hole, which is even worse. Like the time slippage, he's getting lower into the thing. So yeah.
That planet must be wild.
But also Brand was, they said, because Brand was near the black hole for that long too.
Okay, because Gargantuan, okay.
Yeah, because when they were getting out of Gargantua, they were like, how many more years is this going to cost us? Because they knew that was the end.
Well, yeah, and that planet
and that's why McConaughey was willing to sacrifice himself. He knew he was never getting back to his daughter now. So it doesn't matter.
I also think it's awesome that they kind of show us like what they show us that Anne Hathaway was just shaking hands with McConaughey in the black hole. It's because that point in time, it's really creepy that you're just seeing her like.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? And it was really Coop the whole time.
It was just Cooper, and she felt the urge to grab him.
I also love the whole showing Dr. Mann's The Best of Us and then showing it's actually Cooper. When he needed to, he made the decision.
To just save humanity.
And probably the most terrifying one ever to be made. Because you don't know what happens when you hit the black hole. Like, if you stay on Earth and you're going to suffocate to death, well, I'm going to suffocate to death. I know what that is.
Just drops and I don't know why it's dropped, though.
Bro is lost in these memories.
I don't know why I just dropped.
Linkin Park reference. Yeah. See, that's what this movie was missing.
Linkin Park?
Yeah, what I've done as the ending.
Honestly, it would have been actually pretty like fitting for the
right as he's flying off and just just like that, and it's like, oh, yeah.
It wouldn't make sense because the rest of the movies is orchestral.
Who cares? Linkin Park doesn't need to make sense. It's Linkin Park.
That's fair. That's fair. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington.
Goat. Yeah.
This film is magnificent. It's
so good.
I wish it had a better public opinion. It's so sad it doesn't.
Well, I mean, it's the thing, right? Imagine the average intelligence of a human, and then remember 50% is dumber than that.
Yeah, and that's how I have to remind myself when people do stupid shit.
It makes sense. And then when you're a psychopath like me, who, technically, I hate talking about it because I always sound like a psycho when you mention it.
Yeah.
You sound like like such a narcissist, but it's like, if you have a high IQ, realizing how dumb the average person is really hurts. Like it physically causes me pain, which sucks. I can't see images, but your being dumb can hurt me, so I don't like that. Ah, sorry.
See, guys, this is why I'm here, is because I can see images.
And I just feel physical pain by him being dumb.
It's funny because this isn't even Nolan's like most confusing film. It was to that date, but you get Tenet like 6 years later, and everyone's like,
never seen it.
Dude, you gotta watch.
I don't know if I should.
Inception gets as trippy as this. I don't think
I've also never seen Inception.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Second name drop.
A lot of people got confused by Inception. I don't think it's that confusing, but that's better. I haven't seen the movie in like 5 years.
I can't dream, so I'm probably gonna be real confused.
Probably. But Tenet's even more confusing because it's like time backwards and forwards at the same time, but not exactly. And relative. It also goes back to relativity back with Tenet.
What is Nolan's obsession with relativity?
I think Nolan just really likes science.
Oppenheimer would say.
That also has to do with relativity.
Would say that. Great movie. When are we adding that to the list?
I don't think Nolan has a bad movie. Gonna be real.
I thought what's his lowest rated one? Is it Tenet?
It was like, I think. It's Tenet.
There's a bunch that he's worked on that's fucking awful, but
like,
bro worked on the Justice League movie with Zack Snyder.
Producers
and the other one. Credit. Don't care if you had your hand in it and you let that piece of shit happen. I've lost all faith in you.
The Justice League, I definitely agree with. I actually like Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's long as fuck, but it's also
still not good.
I like it. I never said it was good.
No,
I just said I liked it.
Especially compared to the other one, I liked it. No, the only real thing I liked about Zack Snyder's Justice League was at the end when they're basically setting up injustice, and you have
worst part of the film, but okay.
No, I didn't actually care about any of it except for the little scene with the Joker and Ben Affleck's Batman.
You brought the worst one out.
No, I didn't.
The worst part of that, yeah.
How?
It's just the worst.
See, it's probably because you like Joaquin Phoenix is not the Joker at all.
I don't.
But Jared Leto plays an actual, real comic book accurate version of the Joker, and it hurts.
I like the Joker film. I like Phoenix as the Joker, but like I don't like it's. I like it. I don't like. I'm not gonna like defend it with all my heart. Like that's a Ledger thing. I'll defend Ledger with all my heart.
Well, nobody criticizes Ledger. I'll defend Leto with all my heart because people are dumb. And I'm not saying you have to like him. I'm saying he's a good Joker. You just don't like. So all of the Jokers. I have to do this real quick. This is important. They're the three Jokers that matter. Jack Nicholson. Dude, my brain with his name and the fucking golfer for some reason, I can't distinguish the two, and I don't know why. His Joker, Ledger's Joker, Leto's Joker are three different versions of the character, but they all follow a specific comic book version of the character.
I know. The anarchist, the gangster, and the whatever, clown, whatever.
The clown, the anarchist, and then
the gangster.
Yeah. Leto is perfect at that. It's just like a lot of comic book fans, you didn't like that version of the Joker, which is okay, but he was not bad. He was great. You just don't like that version of the character. I liked that version of the character. And nothing will make me more angry than that stupid Suicide Squad movie where he was supposed to have a real chance at showing the character and instead he got 4 minutes.
He should have been the villain of that first one.
Yes. He should have had the chance to make his mark as the Joker and then we decide. But just seeing him in the trailer with the fucking dental tools and I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you. Really, really bad. It got me so hyped. I was so ready.
Also, the reason I hate the last scene is because it confirms that Harley's dead in the future, which I really hate.
Oh, well, but that's what sets up. That's one of the things that sets up Injustice.
Injustice is alive. Harley's alive in Injustice. What are you talking about?
Depending on which version. Not important.
There's one version of
No,
Injustice.
there is not. There's literally 3 different movies, a game series, and then the comics.
There's one movie, and it's a bad movie.
No.
What?
The animated movies? Not important.
Not going to get into this.
This isn't where we are. I just got Christopher Nolan.
We have a yap session at the end of every.
At the end, you got a yap, and this is almost an hour and a half long episode,
which is nearly half the movie because this movie is so thick.
So good.
It's so thick and juicy.
Thick with 3 C's though. Yeah.
But I think it's gonna cut us off for Interstellar. I was supposed to say Injustice, motherfucker.
Let's go. Hey, it's alright. I've been calling it Inception all night. So.
Well, that's funny because next episode we'll probably be doing Inception. 90% sure we're doing Inception, unless something else pops up, like something happens, or whatever. That we just decided to shift course. But Inception is the plan for next episode. Leonardo DiCaprio probably should have won an Oscar for it. It's about dreams. It's not gonna get it as crazy. We'll talk about relativity inside dreams and stuff like that. It's weird. It's odd. It doesn't have as much science, but it still has to do with all that. It's a weird thing. It's a heist movie, kind of. I don't know. It's just this weird thing that Geek will experience for the first time. I will experience it for like the 5th time, I think. I don't know. I never count how many times I watch movies. But yeah, Inception is the plan for next week. And we'll see you guys then.